Happy Tuesday. Welcome back, everyone. Start off with some announcements. If you saw the blog post, live virtual chat this Friday. What does that mean? First of all, it's on Friday, 8 p.m. You can check out the vlog for details. But what we've been noticing is some people have a lot of time all of a sudden, and they're looking to do more. So we've seen a lot of you guys jump on the Yash Train programming, but still not sure how to navigate through that. You see the list, maybe of 4 items, 4 different lifts and 4 different movements, and you're not sure what you should be doing or how to tailor it for yourself. So that's what we want to discuss on Friday. How can you tailor it for yourself without feeling like you have to do it all, or that you're missing the point of the training? Remember, the biggest point here that we're going to talk about is what are your goals. From there, we could build off that program so you can get the purpose that you're after from that programming. So check us out on Friday, guys. It will be a Zoom virtual chat, but check out the details on the vlog. And don't forget, support your box. Still, we're trying to hit 75 as the goal here, guys. So get those workouts in, get your pictures in for those costumes. Already had some pretty fun ones. But if you haven't done your workout, or if you're going to repeat it, you want to improve on your costume, go for it. Submit that picture, okay? And create that leaderboard so you can see where you're stacking up in the CFW community, okay? I'm going to pass it over to Chris here for the workout, so we have another spicy one today.
Okay, guys, so today we are doing a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 4 time. The purpose here is there's 4 movements. We want you guys to keep moving at a steady pace. So call it 70-ish%. If you guys feel like you start at 70% and you're feeling good near the 20-10 or 30-20-10 and you want to increase your speed, that would be the time to do it. So steady 70% pace for the 50-40. If you got gas in the tank when you hit the 30s, maybe at that point jump up 75, 80, 85 maybe for the rest of it. All the movements here, so we're doing Russian twists. We're doing that at body weight. Then we're doing kettlebell swings. Then we're doing alternating sit-ups. And then we're doing alternating step-ups. So we want you guys to remember whatever movements you pick, whatever weight you pick for those swings, we don't want you breaking up those movements any more than once or twice. So you should be able to just keep chugging along at this one at that 70%. Into that aerobic style workout. And we'll pass it over to Eddie for the afterburner.
The afterburner, there's a link for this one. This is Durante 2.0, 5 sets. I don't know if many of you have been doing the afterburners. I know I have. They're not getting easier, but I'm noticing already the progression. First week of the Durante, first one, I struggled. After the 2 rounds, I was dying. When I did it last week, by round 3, I was starting to feel that same struggle, but I got an extra round before I felt it. So hopefully you guys are doing it. These are great core builders. 5 sets here. If you don't have the time or the capacity, feel free to do 2 or 3. That's better than nothing, guys. Doing 10 arch rocks, rocks, you're gonna be rocking back and forth, and then 10 of the ups, and then a hold. So we're gonna go over that later on in the video, guys. Where we'll explain all the differences between the 3 different arches, okay? We'll see you next for the warm-up.
Okay, welcome everybody to the warm-up. So for part A of the warm-up, we are going to be going for some hip circles. So Yash is going to demonstrate those. So we're going to go from the quadruped position, so on all fours to start. We're going to start off, what we're trying to do is mobilize the hip joint. So Yash is going to start off by bringing his heel all the way up in the air. And then he's gonna make as big of a loop as possible with that knee, passing through the elbow and then back to the start position. One of the things that we notice, one of the common mistakes and faults we see here is when we drive that heel up, we tend to overarch that spine. So we're kind of losing the hip mobility and causing other parts of the spine to move instead. So I want you guys to remember, pull that rib cage down so that back is nice and flat and it stays nice and flat as you go through that hip circle. You're going to go 3 one way, and then you're going to change positions, go 3 the other way per side. Once you're done that, we're going to stay in that quadruped position. We're going to go for some cat-cows. So in the cow position, we're gonna arch the spine as much as possible, and then we're even gonna follow through with that head as well there. And then we're also now in the cat position, rounding the spine. You're actually trying to focus on every part of that spine being in that flexed position, and then we're gonna go into the opposite position of that spine, finishing off through that neck. So we're gonna go for 9 of those, nice and slow pace. Be deliberate here, guys. We're focusing on every different part of that spine. We're trying to get that whole chain moving. Once you've done that, we're gonna come back up to our feet and we're gonna go for 2 rounds of the following. First movement is 20 Russian kettlebell swings. We are bringing back the backpack here, guys. We didn't use it much last week. We want to remind you, most of you guys now have a kettlebell or a dumbbell at home. However, sometimes if you just have one, if you borrowed it from us, loaned it from us, it might not be the right weight for everything you do. That's totally fine. Having a backpack is super helpful. You can put whatever weights you want in the backpack to make it more suitable. So first we're going to start off with 20 Russian swings. So we're going again, keeping that shin straight in the air, pushing the hips back. We're going to drive that hip forward. That pop in the hip is what drives that backpack up. We're going to go for 20 of those, learning to breathe with the movement. Once you're done 20 of those, we're going to do some single-legged deadlifts, and we're going to add a little bit of a twist at the end. So Yash is going to lead with one leg coming back. Remember, you want to have a lever here. So you want your heel at the same height as your shoulder. You're trying to make a nice and flat line. Now notice at the end of the position, Yash twisted his body, so his hand is going to the opposite side of his foot, and then he's going to stand it up with control. Maybe face that way for one, Yash, so they can see that lever position. So that heel rises up at the same pace that the shoulder comes down. He's going to twist that upper body, reaching past his leg, and then standing it back up. This will test your balance here, guys. That's a part of what we're training here, so we want it to. If you start feeling wobbly or lose your balance, that's totally fine. Don't rush the movement. Nice and deliberate, nice and easy. After that, we're going for 10 dead bug raises with your arm and leg. So starting in the dead bug, on our backs, legs are straight. Try to lock out those knees if you can. Now the whole spine is flat, from the tailbone all the way to between the shoulder blades. We're flattening it out on the ground, pushing that low back into the ground, pulling that rib cage in. When you feel set, you're gonna slowly lower your arms and legs. Get low enough, guys, but not too low where you lose the arch and you lose that contraction in the core. You wanna just get deep enough that you still feel your whole spine in contact with the ground. Nice and slow again, deliberate movement, feel that core. Once you're done 10 of those, we're gonna go for 5 glute bridges with a hip rotation. So we're gonna start off, feet flat on the ground, arms out to the side. We're gonna start off by pushing the hips way up in the air, and then we're gonna add a rotation. So we're gonna bring one foot up, turn that toe outwards, rotating in the hip, then we're gonna switch legs, bring the other, reset at the bottom of that glute bridge, come on back up. Can switch legs, and then you're going to rotate the foot out, adding that hip rotation. 5 per side. Remember, all the movements today in the warm-up, other than that Russian swing, are supposed to be deliberate. We're working on activation, we're working on feeling those joints. Enjoy the warm-up, we'll see you for the workout.
Welcome back. Let's get ready for this workout. Starting with the Russian twist today. Want to go over that movement. You're going to pick your object, whatever you're using, backpack, paint can, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you have at home is. So once you have that object in your hand, progressions can start off with feet on the floor. If you want to bring your feet off the floor, you can to progress it forward. If you want to then challenge yourself even further, legs fully extended. So you find that leg position that challenges you to the right progression. Okay? So once you know that, or if you got to figure out as you're doing the movements, you can play around with it, but the big intent here of the Russian twist is twisting through the trunk. So you want to turn over, almost like you're looking over your shoulder. That's what brings the objects to the side. So it's not your arms reaching for it, you're twisting your body, which is allowing the object to go side to side. You're going to be doing 50 to start off, working your way down to 10s. for this workout. So once you've done 50 total, so it's 25 per side of the Russian twist, then you can go to your kettlebell swing. So pick your object, again, maybe it's a different object, maybe it's the same object, it's up to you. From there, you're doing your kettlebell swing, keeping in mind your knee position, just move forward, driving the hips, like Chris had mentioned, that's what generates that power for the kettlebell swing. So in the overhead position, just make sure you keep your core tight so you're not arching your back. I'm going to get Yash to show you an arch position at the top. There you go. Notice the rib cage, how it's rounding his back, his rib cage coming forward. Avoid that. Okay, so core nice and tight. So you guys had those cow in your warm up to really be aware of that. Once you've done your 50 swings on the first round, then you're going to go into your alternating sit-ups. So for the alternating sit-ups, to move the dumbbell out of the way, we've rolled up a sweater here. So to create some support on your lumbar, roll a towel up if you don't have a mat or some sort of support. So again, roll it up, put it on your low back. As you have that support, you may realize that as you go down in the bottom of your sit-up, it actually arches your back, which increases your range of motion. So it's another point that having support on your lumbar is good, but it also increases your range of motion in the sit-up. For the alternating sit-up, you're going to come up. As you come up in your sit-up, you're going to twist to the one side. So notice Yash touches his elbow to his knee. You don't have to touch it, but you're twisting. Then you're going to go back down, come back up, switch it to the other side before you, so for that repetition, you'll come back down. Then you're going to carry on again for the full 50 repetitions in that first round. Then you're finishing off with the step up. So step up is alternating as well. So find an object, find a stair, you're stepping up, controlling the movements. You're not dropping your chest, you're not letting your knees wander too much. When you come down, you switch sides, you go back up with the opposite foot. Okay? So again, you're doing 50 alternating step-ups on that first round, then you're working your way down by 10 until the last round, which is only 10 of everything. Okay? Have fun with this workout. Remember, the afterburner today is that Durante 2.0. The link is also on our website for the explanation of the movements of all three arches. Have fun workout, guys, and enjoy your day today.